back down the plot. Saturday the 14th today, so sun's out and shining, which is nice. So I've decided to dig all my spuds up today. It's just going to be a lot of hard work today digging out. The ground's wet, but I need to get them out because it's forecast rain all next week, I think. So get them out and they can dry in the sun for a few hours and take it from there. Got a few dried out onion tops and whatnot, just to show them the compost heap. So I'm going to check and see if it's warmed up. It should have started to warm up. I mean, it's been, well, it's Saturday today, and I built it on Wednesday, so like 3 days ago. So like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's just Saturday morning, so it's not quite. So I'll get my thermometer. I'll have to pull the cover off it and check it first. And hopefully it's warmed up. So I'll swig of my can and go and have a look at it. Found the thermometer, it's there somewhere. It's actually reading 18 degrees in the shed. Not that warm in here, but feet are a bit cold because the grass is a bit damp this morning. So alright, let's get the camera. I'll have to speak a bit quietly because there's people about, so I'm sure they don't want to hear me talking to myself. Alright, so we're going to have a look. Alright, there it is. Let's get this uncovered. This put on top the other day. Looks like it's shrunk down a bit. Might leave the cover off it for a few hours to dry out a little bit. It's been very wet when I did it the other day. Oh, we got steam. My thermometer wherever I've put it down. There it is. Stick that straight in the middle, have a look. Right, so I'll put it in the shade a bit because you won't be able to see the dial. So 20 that. Shove it in. Let's see what we got to. It's getting up. Will it go over 50 though? Yep, we're at 50. Still going. Starting to slow down a bit. Oh, we did a 60. That's actually hotter than the hot water that comes out your taps. So I'll settle for that, 60 in 3 days. So I'm going to actually turn this today, I think, get a bit of air into it. Right, so I'll crack on with that. Back in a bit. That'll do. Leave it spread out and let it steam off for a day, then have it back up tonight. Well, before I go anyway. I'll crack on with these spuds now. I'll let you see how many I've got to dig up. Basically, there is spuds under all them weeds. All the way down there. I think it's about 70 probably, something like 65, 70 to dig up. Not the most pleasurable job in the world. But somebody's got to do it. While the weather lets you. Right, I'll get on with that and I'll put them out to dry and I'll put the camera back on when I'm drying them out. So these two varieties are Morris Pears and Ola. I'm out of breath already just turning the muck. Christ. Right, I'll crack on and see you in a bit. Right, I'll put the camera back on because I thought I'll do a bit of a reveal on these Morris Pears. This row here has been dug up a while ago. So these have been sat in the ground with no tops on now for 4 weeks now, so I have no idea what they're going to be like, any slug damage or if it's over wet, because the ground is wet. I've just stripped it, you know, the weeds off the top of it because it was pretty much blanketed, you know, and that won't help, you know, for drying out. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to put it on for all these. I'll do, you know, a few of these Morris Pears and then I'll do a couple of the main croppers, meet all at once so you can see them, and then I'll crack on and dig the whole lot up. Right, here we go. I should go there for now. A bit big. Get some of this mud off. Try and dry these out today. As I can. There's no room at home for them, so they'll be going in sacks in the shed here. So far so good. Further down that way you go, the wetter it gets. Still on first plant here. Doing me bloody head in that. Plant number one. I'll do another one. Have a look-see. One with a good lot on it, one with not a lot on it. Oh, can't be greedy, I suppose. So yeah, I wonder how many I'll harpoon with the old fork today. Put to one side, they can go home today, the ones that I stab. Get used up. Back up there. Luckily it's not all clogged up, this ground. But I'm walking about on it anyway. But I will be giving this, you know, I've got raised beds done. Giving these a little bit of this potato bed, giving it a tidy up and a quick dig over if the weather lets me. So it's wet, but it's alright. Not the ideal place stacking it on a mound. Put the camera up so you can have a better look what we've got of 2 plants. That's the biggest one. Should have had enough time to get a skin on them now. The ground's full of worms, which is a good sign. Right, so I'll take the camera down to Oilers now and have a quick look at them. It's a nice day for a change. Where do I start? I'll do it over here out at way. Trying to think where I can put the camera so you don't get dazzled by sunlight. Try not to disturb these planks down this bottom end too much because there's a big frog under them. I don't mind him being here. Keep a check on the old slugs. Right, now I've got the job of trying to see my screen with the sun on it. Sorry about this folks, but I'm a gardener. Well, I'm a plumber actually, but I'll have to do. That won't be fork and dig them up. Right, so these are all main crop. Now, you're not usually lucky enough to get a full term on main croppers because blight. I was a little bit short this week, but I just pulled that out of the ground. It looks a bit, well, you can see that, but it looks a bit rude. But hey up, never mind. It's still a potato at the end of the day. Right, here we go. Whack up this second plant here first. These usually can be pretty huge. Bit of scab. Oh. God. Some of them are pretty dandy. I haven't actually even turned the ground over yet. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 potatoes out. Oh, 13, that's just in like the top few inches. Is it a good sign? We shall find out. Put them on the membrane out of the way actually, show you after. Oh, good God. Definitely a bit wetter down here, the ground. Hence the reason why raised beds are coming down here. Oh, first stab of the day. Only grew all this for the first time last year, whereas I used to do Pentland Crown. They give really high yields, they do Pentland Crown. Well, they're supposed to be a bit more blight resistant than Pentland, so give them a go. And even though last year was a bit of a disaster wet wise, you know, not much rain, it's a weird one. I won't go down the gob, nevertheless. So I'm kind of off what I'm getting so far. It's highly likely to be a hell of a lot of potatoes here. Sure there's nothing bad on them that affects them in storage. It's easy to check. Once you've got them dried off a bit, you can dust a bit of the soil off the outside. It's handy they're not actually really deep down, they're just actually under the plant. When I planted these potatoes, I didn't dig a trench because I dug it over anyway. I just planted them in holes. In each hole I put a little sprinkle of bloodfish and bone meal. Apart from that, I have the horse muck that I dug in really early in the year. It wasn't that early actually. I'm trying to remember when it was now. Yeah, it had a dig over sort of pre-winter, and then it flooded. And I was rotting down a lot of horse muck, and that got dug in probably mid-February. Got sort of lopped on top in a loose turning with a fork. And then March, I just got a little rotavator thing that I've got, a little tiller. I just scuffed it over the top just to mix it in a bit more, because you can still see it quite a bit. And then planted spuds 2 weeks after that. About the first week of April, I think they went in. So, let's have a look at these. Oh dear. There's 2 plants of Orla. So there's a lot, they're usually that size. Very good for jacket potatoes actually, these are. So good for anything. I mean, I know you can go on the Potato Council website, whatever it is, and they'll tell you, you know, it's only any good for this and that, but never mind. If you don't use it for what you know, chipping or roasting, you can mash it or boil it, don't matter. It all goes down same hole. Right, I'm going to crack on with these because it's going to take me a while this. And 20 past 10 in the morning, so I'll try and get as much done before that sun gets right up high, because it will be hot. A lovely cool breeze, thank God. Right, I'm going to crack on with these, and I won't put camera on again until I've got them all up, I think. Because I've got a lot to do today. I want to clear the shed out and all that lot, so I'll get on. Speak to you in a bit. Well, you can see, but I've got the camera stuff around right low. I'll dig up the last row of Orla, and I'll put it on a time lapse. I'll take my time because it's my last row and I'm knackered now. took all my spuds out. They're all laid out dry now. I'll have to bag them up soon though, because looks like there's a bit of bad weather on the way. I think it's coming this way now. It's a lot of dark cloud over the horizon, so I don't want a chance. It could probably take me a while to put all these in sacks. So yeah, I'm very happy with the amount I've got. So I've put a couple of pots of coffee in each pile. There's Maris pears, which is the first pile, you'll see, and then there's Maris Orla, which is my main crop. Maris pears is secondaries, Orla's is my main crop. So it's hard to see the amount. I mean, there's easy a couple of £100 there of spuds, probably more. Right, I'll get a camera. It'll be a quick walk back, there's people about, so I don't pointing the camera at people. As I say, these pots of coffee are there just so you can see, you know, the rough sort of size of the potatoes. Alright, let's have a look. So Maris pears. Oh, then I'll go all there's my main crops, all some of them are huge. A lot of them are. So it's near enough. It's easy 4.5, 5 inch diameter. There's probably 5 that way and 4 that way. Across that way, 4, 5 there. Massive. Good jacket potatoes then. Still be stored okay. Right. Let you see where it all came from. All dug up now, raked as flat as I can be bothered. I'll crack on doing some more jobs. So I've got to stack these up first, and then I've had a bit of a tidy up in the shed anyway, so I'll have a quick look. It's all a bit tidy now. Bag full of rubbish to take away with me there. Got some weed killer to put down. I'm going to spray on my paths with weed killer. Did it last time this year, I think. I've turned my compost again because there was some other bits and bobs I've put in. Got some weeds on one of the membranes drying out, just to make sure they're dead. So they've been churned in. So I'll probably give it another quick flick over before I go home. Right, I better crack on with these other bits and bobs and sack these spuds up. So I shall speak to you shortly. It's 5 to 6 and I'm still here, so spuds are all sacked up now. Weed killer's done. Had a bit of a tidy up. I'm just going to harvest some raspberries and some cabbage and see what else I can get. And I'm going home. It's been a long day, but it's a job that needs doing, and I have to do it once a year really, get all these spuds out. So there's 6 full sacks and half a Hessian sack, and I'm taking some home with me as well, so I'll go and get one of them. Hang on a sec. going to be one of my jacket spuds. Got two here. So as you can see, it's near the same size as my head. And there's the other one. So they're not wrong with that. It's a meal for two, that one. So I'm quite chuffed with the Orla. So I'll let you see these in the sacks. Kind of sized them. So if Mrs wants some bakers, I've got the bigger ones. So right, have a look. Right, I've got my Morris pears. 2 sacks of Morris pears. There's a Hessian sack with some Morris pears in. And then I've got 4 Orla. I've got small ones, next size up. And then bigger ones. So I don't know how much weight I've got, but it's a bloody lot. With a heavy carton across here. Right, so we get on with harvesting this stuff and then call it a day, I think. So I don't know what the next video will be about. Might even be doing my raised beds, I don't know. So just depends what I can get up here next. Hopefully next week, depending on weather. So take care and I'll see you next video. Bye.